It's coffee time in the fall. It's 49 degrees outside this morning in my house here in Fairlawn, Ohio. Um, you don't get to see my bald head this morning. um, I wanted to hop on because one of the comments that I get frequently, or I hear frequently, is people saying if it's in God's plan or if it's God's will. And there's a bunch to unpack in that, but the first is that it's a belief in an external God. It's a belief in something outside of you that is orchestrating your life, that is dictating your world. And what Joshua taught was not that. Joshua did not teach that there's an external God who's guiding your life like a director. You and God are one, and you are the creator of your experience, and God is your supply. The universe is your supply. I said to someone yesterday, I said that God is the paintbrush, the paints, the canvas, and you're the inspiration. You're the one who creates what's on the canvas. You're the one who creates the image. You're the inspiration. You're the one who makes your world look the way it looks. And oftentimes people will in choosing to believe in a external God who's dictating their life, they just say whatever circumstances come, it's the way it's going to be, rather than stepping into, I am creating a life. They just are living in a willy-nilly sort of way. And that willy-nilly sort of way is basically believing that there's an uncertainty always coming. And when you put faith in uncertainty is always coming, your life is always going to be uncertain, right? When you choose to step into the role of creating something different no matter what is happening, you realize that you can actually change your entire experience. You can change your entire world. And the way you do that is by stepping into the role of being the inspiration, being the source of inspiration, being one with God. You know, you are demand and God is supply. God is showing you the culmination of your inspiration, right? But you get to choose what inspires you. You get to choose what you want to see in the world. You get to choose to have your picture be a beautiful rosy glow or a deep dark black. You know, you get to have that choice. You know, you get to have the choice of experiencing darkness or light, but it's no one's dictating that. No one's telling you that that's what you have to do. That no one is out there with strings on you like a marionette and dictating your life. You dictate your life. You dictate your experience. You dictate all that is, and the source lovingly gives you everything. As love says, okay, create. I'll supply what you create. And that's really the concept of the universe. The concept of God is a love that all your experience is built within. Your consciousness. You are your consciousness. And all of the, as I said, the brush, the paint, the canvas, is all this illusion that's around us. And that is the face of God. The face of God, the image of God. We are created in God's image, right? That doesn't mean we look like a guy on a cloud with a long beard. It means we are within the image. Everything you're seeing is the image of Source. But the image that's shown to us is our belief, our thought, our choices, our decision to create beautifully or in a not so beautiful fashion, and choosing to love and experience a loving world is your choice. But there's nobody outside of you that's saying, this is my will that I'm forcing upon you. This is my plan that I have for you. That doesn't exist. That is not a reality in the God that I know, and nor would it be. If God is love, then God does not dictate. God lovingly says go, and we go, okay, stop. And if we say stop, then we stop creating, right? We get to say go, we get to say stop, and stopping stops motion, and God is energy, God is motion, and if we choose to stop the motion, we're actually subjugating the flow of everything. We are actually the one throwing the monkey wrench in the works when we ourselves choose to put faith in an external God who is dictating our life. And when we put faith in that external God dictating our life, we throw a wrench in the creation of our life. And we have unexpected things arise because we put faith in unexpected things arising. We put faith in the negative experiences of our life because we've chosen that a negative experience of life is the will of God. Those negative experiences, you're opening yourself up to positives and negatives. But you can choose to live a loving life. And even if something comes up that seems contrary, you can see the beauty in it. But you're the one who created the negative experience coming into your life, because that negative experience sometimes has to happen to get what you're actually focused on. And that's the important part of this, is realizing that you create, and sometimes the creation comes to you in a way that seems shocking or negative. But in reality, it's just taking the path of least resistance. It's having this moment so that you get what you want. But you have the ability to change your mind at any given moment. And what happens is some people will have that moment happen that seems so contrary, and they'll lose their faith and they'll change their mind. And the second you change your mind, your outcome changes. Your creation changes. But if you hold true to what you're creating, no matter what's happening, it will take you through the path of least resistance right to it. You got to remember, when water's going downhill, following the path of least resistance, sometimes it has to fall off a cliff to get to the final destination. So there's nothing outside of you creating, and your creation comes in all kinds of ways. Give yourself permission to look back and say how cool that was. See how cool that was. Look how it happened. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.